Hello everyone, this is Jess from J Rose Alchemic Art and welcome back to another video. In this one, if you hadn't watched the previous video, I had initially been sculpting a cute little clay pumpkin. I don't know the best way to describe it. I suppose a trunk or treat bowl. Trick or treat bowl. If you went to like Catholic grade school, trunk or treat maybe sounds a little bit more familiar to you. Maybe that's just a Midwest thing too. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, I ended up sculpting this little trick-or-treat bowl with little candies, little cookies, things like that. And I tried to make it kind of a fun little Halloween thing, but I made it out of the scraps of clay that I had that were just kind of sitting on my clay board. So I wanted to make sure that we ended up continuing the process. So for today's video, I am actually hoping to paint everything, add the small little details, and then actually finish glazing it all. So if you are at all interested in that, please feel free to watch the rest of the video. But we will go ahead and get right started with one last cute little look at all of the things that we made. So everything was actually built separately and baked separately. So we do have our little clay ghost for one. If you can't tell, yeah, he's super duper tiny. But he is going to be holding on to our little pumpkin bowl here. So on the inside, we do actually have a detachable roof, if you will, or top of the glass, whatever you would prefer to call it. We do have a little green lollipop, super cute. We also have, I didn't have like a regular, normally I use like a little bit of a lighter brown to make cookies and things, so I decided to make them like more of a little haunted Halloween-y themed cookie. So we do have a little chocolate chip cookie here. Also have a little piece of candy since it is technically a candy bowl. So we got that guy right here, focus, maybe? Hey, there we go. So we got a little candy guy here, and then we also have just a little piece of stray chocolate as well. I guess he was hungry, you know, he really wanted to eat something. So we have that guy here as well. And then obviously we have the bowl itself. So we have the pumpkin bowl. It does have the inside. The inside is maybe not as clean as I would have hoped it would have been for, you know, an actual bowl that's holding something. But I think it still works and it's cute. And then obviously we have the top of the bowl as well. So I do like that it's kind of all been baked separately, so I can still like take out all the little pieces and put them all together if I'd like to. And then I do actually have a base for the clay sculpture here. Again, very simple, just kind of made like a pretty soft, smooth surface in order to actually make the base for this. So I think the first thing that I do want to do is actually add in some small details to our pumpkin. I think I'm going to add like some line work to actually kind of color in the edges here, if you can't tell, where I've actually kind of made an indent so it looks like a pumpkin. And then I'm also hoping to add some details to the base here as well. I think maybe adding some stars or sparkles or something like that would be kind of fun, so it's a little bit more magical. And then I also want to add in just a little bit of detail to our clay candy piece here as well. Something so it looks a little bit more like a wrapper. But regardless, let's go ahead and get started first on the drawing / adding details. Yeah, I think that this looks really fun actually. I like how the little sparkles and everything came out. I don't know that I did end up kind of washing off the pumpkin pattern because I was not in love with how dark the colors were on the actual bowl itself. So I think that it looks, when it's a little bit more muted like this, I think it's a little bit better, but you know, lessons were learned. You always learn something whenever you're making, so it's all good. I think I'm next gonna work on adding the little details to this little candy piece though. Okay, so I did end up finishing adding some of the smaller details to things. I added like a little stripe to our candy piece, sorry. Oh. It's the one joy of living with cats, is you find hair everywhere. I also ended up adding the details to our little stand here, as well as adding something to the piece of chocolate. So a little bit more detail. I think that's fun though. I'm gonna give everything like a few hours to try and kind of settle. I don't really want when I'm actually glazing everything, for everything to kind of like run when I'm actually painting it on. So I usually let my clay pieces kind of like dry for a little bit, usually like 2 hours, and then kind of go from there. So that is what we will do next. Okay, so it has now been several hours later. It's actually like 8 p.m. But I am getting ready to glaze all of our clay things now. So hopefully everything comes out really well, and it'll just be a fun little assembly of little trinkets here. So we'll go ahead and get started with, I always use the satin glaze from Sculpt. So we'll get started on that really quick. And of course, while we're waiting for everything to glaze, oh, hi Bubba. Oh, he's so interested in the camera. Quick scenery change. My husband is actually cooking dinner right now, so thank you, Quinn, to always keeping me fed. But yes, I had a lot of fun with this challenge. I think that it was really cool to actually, especially I haven't been able to do as much art lately with school and work and everything else, so this was kind of a nice little challenge to, again, use my brain a little bit differently than I have been, especially with writing a lot of papers and things, just to be creative again and try to think about what can I make with like these different colors that are just basically little cubes on a board. So I think that everything turned out really cute. I'm gonna show you the final product here. I was gonna say, I very much doubt that I will actually ever be like selling this, but I really think that it was just a fun thing to do. So here's everything. I technically have the cap off, it's right over here, but I think it's easier to kind of show you guys with everything inside. So yes, we do have our little ghost here, obviously. We do have a piece of stray hair, sorry, again, living with cats. We do have a little purple cookie that you guys probably can't see super well either. I apologize because they're so tiny. We also have a little piece of candy. We have a little green and white lollipop that I also just dropped. This is also why it's a good thing to, even when you're making tiny things, to have like something supporting you from underneath. We do have a little piece of chocolate. We have the actual candy bowl itself that I could not remember the name of when I was filming most of this, so thank you for still listening along. And then of course we have our base, so very cute. Apologies. there is the little green lollipop. So yes, all finished though. But yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I don't know if maybe in the future we'll do little different challenges like this just to see what else I can make on my clay board. But for right now, I am planning to hopefully actually be able to work on some new things for the Halloween events that I have in the near future here, as well as just getting ready for the fall shop update, because we need to get on that as well. I have a lot of ideas. We'll probably be working on those in the future videos, but I know I'm also probably at the time of this video going out probably a little backlogged on other videos. Like I haven't even shown like some of the Summerween, how the shop update went and the orders that I got. The stuff with Gen Con and my little vacations in between. So there's lots of stuff that's coming out. I'm just being a little slow on actually editing everything, so thank you for being patient. But yes, I really hope that you enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, and if you made it this far, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. So thank you again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.